Hi, I'm Mark. This is my August review for Aries Sun Sign and Aries Rising. This month is an exciting month. We have a blue moon. But before that we have a very interesting combination on the first of the month. Now we have two double conjunctions. We have the Sun making a conjunction with Mercury. This is in your 5th house. And then we have the North Node being conjuncted by Juno. Now these two are both in aspect to Saturn. The Sun is opposite to Saturn, and the North Node and Juno is making a trine aspect, so this is a positive aspect. Right, so this is all to do with soul contacts. It could be your lover, it could be your brother or sister, sibling, it could be children, and it could be friends or a parental figure. Any one of these could be in focus now, and the fact is that you will learn something from them. You may learn something from the past, you may uncover something from past experience, or it may be something that you need to learn so that going forward it will make you or help you make the decisions you need to make at this time. Now, the only thing that may hold things back is that Saturn is in this opposing position for the Sun and Mercury. So although you'll be up for expressing yourself and communicating, there may be a little bit of difficulty here. People may find it difficult to understand you. You may wish to express yourself, but others may not be on the same level. So just be aware of that. On the 2nd, you may be bored with your routines. Venus is in the 6th house of daily routines and makes an aspect to Uranus, so you might want to generate and bring in some excitement or do things differently on this day. Then on the 3rd, there's an interesting aspect between Chiron and a conjunction between Sun and Mercury. Now, Chiron's in your 1st house, and this is aspecting the Sun in the 5th house. So this is a time when you can shine creatively. You can be get noticed and be a little bit more adventurous in your creativeness. Also, it's good for socialising. This is a time when you can heal rifts with people from the past and get along with people a lot better. On the 4th, Mercury squares Uranus, and on the 6th the Sun squares Uranus. So we've got a couple of days here where you can expect the unexpected. With Mercury on the 4th, as long as you're flexible and go with the flow, you should be fine, you should get away with things. And also it's great for bringing in new ideas. On the 6th it could be a bit more difficult because the Sun and Uranus means you could have sudden changes to plans, there could be sudden breakdowns, sudden disruptions, and if you're getting these disruptions, then it means that you need to look into them, because wherever this happens, this is the area you need to make changes. And it can, with the Sun and Uranus, you can make positive changes. You can make changes that will benefit you going forward. On the 8th we have a new moon. Now the new moon's in Leo. So Leo rules the heart. So this new moon comes from the heart. So this is a time to dream big and visualise your deepest desires through your heart. In the 5th house it's about creativity. The juices will flow, and it's a good time to get any creative project going. It's also good for romance, because your passions will be ignited with this new moon, and it's great for using the confidence you built last month when the moon was in the 4th house. If you did this correctly, you'll really radiate now and you will be successful. On the 9th there's an aspect between Venus and Neptune. Neptune's on your ascendant, about 7 degrees off, and Venus is approaching the descendant. So this can create a very meaningful, beautiful experience within relationships, or spiritual, mystical experience as well. But on the other hand, it can cause a certain amount of delusion or deception, because Neptune has that ability to put a cloud or a fog around things. So be open to this, and so you realise that although it could be a beautiful experience, there could also be some delusion. Now, The other good thing about this aspect is it can create fantastic ideas. The imagination will be fired, and it's good for any creative pursuit. Then on the 10th, there's an aspect between Mars and the North Node, which lasts for 3 days. This may give you just enough glimpse of the path forward to know where you need to go. It also could be important that somebody points you in the right direction. Mars is in your 6th house, so there could be pointers here within your daily routines or people you come in contact with on a daily basis in your daily work. So there could be pointers here that will point you in the right direction in that area. The North Node is in your 3rd house, so there could be communications, it could be things you hear or things that are spoken about, things you see that will be very meaningful for you. It's a very intense and passionate day on the 11th when Venus makes a positive aspect to Pluto. Now Venus is in the 6th house of everyday work and routines, and Pluto's in the 10th house, so you could be drawn almost magically to someone who's in a powerful position. This could be through work or through your daily involvement, and it could be someone with great power and status that you are drawn to. Now, also on the 11th, there's an aspect between Mercury and Pluto, but this will be very ineffective, and it'd be hard pressed to do any good with this because Mercury's at 29 degrees and Jupiter at 28 degrees, so they're very ineffectual. You need to wait till the 12th when Mercury bursts into Virgo. This is the sign that he rules, so he will be full of self-expression, full of ways to expand his communication, and you'll be great wanting to communicate with everyone. The only thing you need to be wary of is Mercury can be a little bit critical when he's in Virgo. Between the 13th and the 18th, Mercury makes 3 aspects. The first, on the 13th, which is Friday the 13th, is an aspect of the Black Moon Lilith, who's in the 2nd house. So if you are superstitious, be very careful with your money and what you say around finances on this day. You could land yourself in hot water. Then on the 16th, there's a square to the North Node. So this is a time when, if you see an opportunity, if you see a door, whether it's a real door or a virtual door, you need to just have a look inside, because it may be a big change ahead. Then on the 18th, there's a conjunction with Mars, and this can go either way. It can make you very, very lively, very ambitious and dedicated, or it could go the other way when you get quite irritable and frustrated if things aren't going well. So if things are going well, you know you'll enjoy this day. If you've got to make changes, then you might find the frustrations will show you where the changes need to be made. On the 18th, it's a good time to meet new people or have fun within your existing relationship. Venus comes together with the Black Moon Lilith and makes a positive aspect. Venus is now in your 7th house of relationships, so the focus is very much on the relationships for the next few weeks for Venus. When these two come together, they're like twins. It's like desire and basic instinct that come together, so it's very passionate, and they can throw up the odd piece of drama as well. Then on the 19th, the Sun makes an opposition to Jupiter. The Sun is in that 5th house of creativity, and it's a good time to socialise and be creative with people and friends as well. And you'll be very confident today, but don't be overconfident, because you could get too arrogant and then rub people's backs up. On the 20th and 21st, Uranus receives 2 positive aspects. The first from Mercury and the second from Mars. So here we have a few days now where there's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. This is a time to do things that normally maybe you wouldn't dare try. Your inhibitions may hold you back. This is a time to be very bold and very brave and try lots of new and different things. Also, Venus makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node on the 21st. So again, this is a time when synchronicity may be in your life. Synchronicity, Jung called meaningful coincidences. So you might keep an eye out for any of these that happen. On the 22nd, we have an unusual occurrence. It's a blue moon. This doesn't happen very often, and it's in Aquarius. This means that it's the second full moon to happen in Aquarius within a month. The last one was the 24th of July. Now, this means the full moon will be supercharged, very powerful, full of energy, and it's also conjunct Jupiter, which expands everything it comes into contact with. So this will expand the energy even more. Now, if you've worked hard, if you've lived with integrity and been honest in the past, then you will surely gain now the rewards of what you've sown. If you've sown seeds on bad ground, unfortunately, you will receive a bad harvest, and you'll need to make changes as soon as you can without delay. Now, the blue moon in your 11th house means you could be involved in some kind of humanitarian issues. Friends and people, colleagues, will be very much around you at this time. This is a good time to get along within groups. But also, because the 11th house is about your dreams, this is when your dreams can come true. This is when your dreams can come to fruition. You may have found that in the July full moon that things are starting to fall into place then, but now this will be amplified by the blue moon. The other thing we need to consider is that it's in Aquarius, so this will heighten the mental faculties. You'll be so quick and alert and on the ball. This is a good time to start sowing seeds for the future as well, now that you're reaping the benefit of past actions. Sow more seeds for the future that you can reap the benefit of later on. On the 24th, because of what's been going on with the black moon and all the excitement, you might find that there's a bit of an overload, so you may need to just chill out, because Mercury makes an opposition to Neptune. Neptune's in the 12th house of the unconscious, so your unconscious mind might be full and buzzing with things, and it may just be a little bit too much. You may get that overload, so you need to just calm things down and take it easy for a day. Then on the 26th, the Sun makes a square aspect to the black moon Lilith. Now this is her hardest aspect to cope with. This is like throwing open the curtains on a very sunny day and the light just pours in and highlights everything. This is what happens with this aspect. So you'll be able to see the stark reality, and if there are things that you need to look at, it may be focused around finances because the black moon's in your second house, or it could be your values and your self-worth, your confidence. So just make things good for this day and don't shy away from things. If there's things that you need to give attention to, do it straight away. Also on the 26th, Venus makes an opposition to Chiron. Now Venus is in your 7th house of relationships, so there could be an old wound that surfaces within your current relationship that you need to deal with. But because Mercury makes an aspect to Pluto on that day, you'll be able to get to underneath the surface and see what the real problem was, and you'll be able to heal that and resolve that. Then on the 28th, the last aspect is a square to the moon's nose from the sun. Now this is a very important aspect because you need to be in the now, because the sun will be in the middle of the north node and the south node, making a T-square. So the north node's our future, the south node's our past. So you need to be in the here and now. And it may be that you have to make decisions at this moment, or things may come up. You may be a feeling of deja vu. Something may come up from the past that you need to deal with and sort with. And there could be a door open or an opportunity there that you need to carefully consider and make a decision on. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.